Hello. What it is, what's going on, people? Well, this is going to be an interesting one because we'll be talking about stocks that is coming up for this week. Stocks that I will be watching for this week. It could be a day trade, swing trade, and what have you. These stocks are setting up so beautifully. So let's get into it. However, I'm not a financial advisor nor a CPA. These videos are for entertainment and educational purposes only. So now let's get to it. The first stock I'll be talking about today is going to be AMC. AMC, a lot of hype on this name. Oh my. A lot of hype on this name, and I have been trading this AMC in and out on my margin account and on my swing account, long-term account. I have AMC. So, looking at the daily on AMC, what is AMC? What does it look like? Okay, this is what I'm looking at on AMC. So the trend did break on AMC. I was talking about this the other week. We tried to break the trend and we couldn't. My short-term trend was this. So when we broke this trend, I said, okay, where will the next trend be? And the next trend was right here around the 892. And I also talked about what is a double top and a double bottom. A double top always represent reversal. A double top is a reversal. If you have a double top on the top, it means it's a reversal. You have a double bottom, it means it's a reversal to the upside. So these actually happen. It's a double bottom, a bullish engulfing green candle. That means we are going higher, and we went higher. So pretty much all I will be looking for is for this trend to actually hold. So let me increase that so you see. So if this trend right now, what we have going on right here, we have this right here, we have this now. Okay, so this is gonna be my line, my line in the sand. Blah, 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 blah. This is going to be the line in the sand. So no matter what, this trend must hold on AMC. Okay, and I am looking for a break of this level on AMC right here. Okay, we've tested this spot for so long. So if we can break this area, which is the 1153, we should be able to get $12, $13 easily. Like I said on my other video, my ultimate target on AMC is $20. This is my target. This is my ultimate target for AMC. Okay, that's my target for AMC. So now let's see what is happening with AMC. Let's look at some statistics on AMC. Okay, look at how it is actually, the same thing, the same line I drew. Okay, you just need to hold this trend. All right, and we would need to reclaim this 20 right there. Okay, so now AMC has shares float. Now, what is a float? Some people may be asking, what is float, what is shares outstanding? Now let's dive into it for a bit. Okay, according to Investopedia, they're talking about shares outstanding versus floating stock. Okay, Now if you look, shares outstanding, we have 480 million shares outstanding. So let's look at market watch too. Okay, market watch is showing 450 shares outstanding, so it's okay, it's pretty much the same range. Anyways, our shares outstanding and floating stock are different measures of a number of shares of particular company's stock. There are 2 of 3 share number metrics that investors often look at to get a comprehensive overview of a company's stock shares. Now, many companies provide authorized shares, outstanding shares, and floating shares within the shareholders' equity portion of their balance sheet. So, a floating stock is the result of subtracting closely held shares from the total shares outstanding to provide a narrower view of a company's active shares. Now, what is floating shares? Floating shares indicate the number of shares actually available for trading. So, let's see here. We also have beta. Okay, we have beta 1.15. What is Finviz saying? We have beta of 1.4. So you see there's a little discrepancies between Finviz and market watch. Anyways, we have beta, and some people may ask, what are you talking about? What is beta? Now we go back to Investopedia. Investopedia says beta is the measure of the volatility or systematic risk of a security or portfolio compared to the market as a whole. Beta is used in the capital asset pricing model, which describes the relationship between the systematic risk and expected return for assets, usually stocks, and that is what we're talking about today. Beta primarily used in the capital assets pricing model. Okay, for beta to be meaningful, the stock should be related to the benchmark that is used in the calculation. So pretty much is simple. We have the beta coefficient and the covariance over the variance. Okay, so it is used by investors to understand, to gauge if the stock is gonna move with relation to the market. Okay, so now that we got this definition and understand what the beta is, outstanding shares and shares outstanding and floating shares, it is very, very important. Okay, now for AMC, looking at this chart, it's very simple. We need this. I have a trend on this right there, and there's a trend right there on this aspect, and most times I'm not worried about what happened here. Okay, so we are about to reclaim the 20 EMA. So once we reclaim this 20 EMA, we should be able to push through. Our immediate resistance is around this level right there. Okay, so if we push through this 1150, we should be all right to test the $13. $13 is going to be the first. After this resistance here at 1150, our immediate resistance is going to be $13, and then we can shoot to the moon. But if there is a margin call, if there is a liquidity issue with respect to AMC for short sellers, this thing is going to the moon. AMC. Okay, so keep an eye on AMC. Though the only negative but it's nothing too much because insiders can still sell, right? Is the insider sells compared to the insider buy. There's a lot of insider sell. So we'll see how this stock react for this coming week. Insiders, they've been selling. This is 100,000 shares and so on and so forth. But we'll see how AMC act up. But I do believe this is a $20 price stock, because if you look at Cinemark is, around the $20 level. Let's look at Cinemark real quick as well. Okay, yes, Cinemark is around $20. So I'm also expecting AMC to at least get close to this or even more than this. Okay, now the next stock I will be looking at is going to be BOXL. BOXL, this stock has been, on the run for this past couple of weeks, months. Okay, so the only thing I'm looking for is for us to break this trend right here. If we can break this trend right here, we should be good. Our resistance is just at $3.25. That is going to be our resistance. Overall, I like the chart, and we are actually look at this trend right here. We are actually holding this trend right here. Okay, let me highlight that. We're holding that trend right there and right there. And guess what? We're gonna keep going until it gets narrower. And as soon as it gets really narrower, and then we either push up or we push down. However, I favor the upside more than the downside on BOXL. Next one I will be keeping my eye on is KIQ. This one. Okay, one thing about this stock is we have our resistance we need to break. Okay, resistance is right there. Once we break this level, we should be good. Though we are a little bit extended, I need like a pullback to the $1 area again. Okay, so I do like it, and I'm going to keep my eye on this stock. Okay, look at how we're breaking that trend too. So right here is a very decent spot to keep an eye on. Next one is gonna be Nest. NEST. Oh wow, look at that. This is what I'm looking at. Look at the volume. Okay, this is huge. This is huge volume. Okay, that is huge. Oh my goodness, this is huge. And also we are breaking a trend here. Okay, we're breaking the trend right there. This is a trend. That's where we're breaking. We're just breaking that trend. Right now we're coming out. We're like, hey, I'm tired, let me go. And this is the 200 SMA. We just broke out of the 200 SMA with increased amount of volume. So I'm expecting this to continue higher if we can, break this level of resistance, which is $2.60. That is the area we need to break, hold, and it will continue moving higher on NEXT. The next one is going to be AEI. These are low floats. Okay, these ones now, right now, this one is a low float stock. Okay, the only thing I'm watching closely, monitoring this, is this trend right here. Okay, is this trend. I just need us to break this trend just to the upside. Okay, so we'll push higher from 580 all the way to 2940, and then we'll push back down. Right, so even if we plot our fibs, let's see what the fibs gonna give us. Okay, right from there we'll pull back down right there. Okay, even also if you do from the bottom to the top, you know, there's not much difference on this one. So this is our area of support. If we can hold this area of support, we should push higher. Volume is coming in, and I do like the stock. Let's look at it on stock charts. AEI, same thing I'm looking for. Okay, we just need to break this spot right there. Okay, we're just holding it higher. So once we break the 20 EMA, we should be all right to just keep going higher. Overall, RSI is good, and our MACD is also excellent for a call higher. Volume is coming in, so I do like that. The next one I will be looking forward to is GTech. Okay, this one is beautiful. All right, this is our resistance, and I think we should break this coming week. All right, it's a very low float, tiny float stock, and I'm expecting a push higher, though we are in the 70% range on the RSI. So just keep a close eye on it. We might just pop a little, then pull back, just pop and pull back. So keep an eye on it, and I'll be watching this as well. Next one is gonna be BNSO. BNSO, very tiny, float is tiny. This can move higher. Look at what happened here, from $4.38 all the way to $10.50. Okay, so keep an eye. We're respecting that trend, so we just need to break out of that trend. It's just like what happened. I was trading this on Friday. It's called EEIQ. Okay, this is an example of a very tiny float stock. Okay, it was trading around this level on Thursday. It was trading around this level on Thursday, which is 390, and all of a sudden we got close to $35 per share when the market opened. But these actually got to, I think, $70. Let's take a look at it. EEIQ. Okay, let's look at the 1 hour so that you can see what I'm looking. Look at that. This is where this stock went. Okay, from 390 all the way to $70. So what I did was, when I woke up, I saw this stock. Okay, it is already shoots up, and I don't like to get in a trade when it's already too high from a decent, responsible level. So what I did was I waited for a pullback, stock pull back and pull back down. I was using the 1 hour chart, so we'll pull back down to the 8 SMA. Okay, exponential moving average, sorry, and then boom, just got in and I started selling. We got out of this level, I sold some, and we pushed higher again and I sold some, and all of a sudden the stock started pulling back, and I was like, okay, where will be the next level for me to get in? So I decided, okay, let me get in above the VWAP. So the stock pulled back down. When we got close to the VWAP, I picked some shares, and then boom, we pushed higher, I sold, and then pushed back down. Okay, so it is very important for you to understand a low float stock, a tiny float stock, because the lower the float, the higher the move. It's very critical. Okay, if you want to look at the float in details here, well, they don't have it. Okay, so it's very tiny float, and most times when we have some very tiny float, Finviz doesn't pull it up. That's one thing you have to understand. Finviz doesn't pull them up. There are some ticker you put on Finviz, they don't even pull it up. Another stock that I will be looking to hold for a long term is called Arrow Root. Okay, Citron was talking about this the other day too, so keep an eye on this one. I do like it, and I am holding my position on this one. I picked up some on Friday morning, early in the morning. I was pretty much pre-market on this one. So I do like the fact that Citron is positive on this one, and we base here. That was a consolidation. Okay, we base here, and everything was calling. MACD was calling, and RSI was, ripping. So we got 53 now. So we got to the 50 EMA, we rejected it, and we pulled back down. I'm expecting a little bit of consolidation here, then a move higher, because we have our resistance around this spot right here, which will give us that 1450, 1434, 1450 is our resistance area. So keep an eye on it, and that will be all for today. We'll continue monitoring the market. I'm still expecting $400 per share on SPY, the market S&P 500 ETF. I'm still expecting $400 per share on the market. So keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it. I do want that $400 per share on the S&P. I like the fact that we are not in the overbought or oversold level. We're just at 59%. Volume is decent. Those are buy volumes. So respected all the levels, the 20 EMA and the 50 EMA. So keep an eye on it, and hope you all have a great and fantastic trading week. And I look forward to dealing with or having a conversation on the next big thing, the IPO. Have a good evening, guys. Bye bye.